Good early evening and welcome to another edition of What I Miss. What I Miss is made possible by a generous grant from the Ben and Sylvia Gardner Foundation. Today is Friday, January 30th. Today I am drinking a Lef Blonde. All right, we kicked off last night with our Friday question of the day. Uh, was brought up in the Rant or Revel from yesterday, talking about apps. Favorite apps for DC, favorite apps in general. And probably the majority of them recommended are transit related. So that's something. Okay, then starting off the day in a bit of a depressing note, a reader wrote in about a disturbing, as they all are, armed mugging at 13th and Irving Street Northwest in Columbia Heights, one block from the metro, around 10:30 p.m. And she'd just like you to keep an eye out for some of her stuff and remind her to be as aware as you can be. But the especially disturbing part is that it was on a very heavily trafficked road, actually not that late at night. So that's a bummer. In other bummer news, the former Local Lot and Hans Peter Cafe in Adams Morgan, they closed all of a sudden, and they had a great brunch, and they were really nice people, so it was sad to learn that. We had our second edition of the Person First Project, telling homeless and formerly homeless people's stories, and we heard about David's story, and definitely worth a read. If you only read one thing on the site, read that. Other good news is that there's a new coffee house called Independent Grounds, which is looking to come to DC, which is actually a really cool story. It's run by a principal from a school up in Maryland who works with autistic and special needs children. And so it's going to be a legit coffee house, but it will also be used to for them to work at and train, and it just sounds really cool. Other said closing news, Beer and Welding Sandwiches, which operated out of the Oasis Market on P Street in DuPont, closed January 22nd. They were pretty popular, so surprised to hear that. Props to the cops. Attempted robbery arrest made in Adams Morgan on Columbia Road near the 7-Eleven. And I'm laughing because somebody said, robbing somebody near that 7-Eleven is like trying to rob a police station because there's a lot of police at that 7-Eleven. So that was funny. In less funny news and effed up news, yesterday we heard about an armed carjacking on the 1200 block of F Street Northeast. Well, there was also a car stolen at 6th and F Northeast, where basically a guy just jumped out while the other guy was warming up his car and getting his kid's seat and stroller, and then just jumped in the car and stole it. Well, that's bad enough as it is, but it turns out they had the dude's car keys, so they came back later that night and stole his second car with the stroller and car seats in it. It's just like, God dang, that is messed up. So, in happier news, you can get some free Chaya, Chaia tacos at Patagonia on Saturday, 12 to 2 p.m. These are the very popular vegetarian tacos, and Patagonia is, nice clothing. So, win-win. Also, win-win is we have our monthly adoptable animal fix-up. So if you're thinking about adding a cat or dog to your household, these are some great, good-looking pups and cats for you to check out. Other happy news, Metro says crime remains down, and the statistics were pretty encouraging. 52% down phone thefts, electronic thefts, bikes theft down to like 22%, sexual harassment down like 13%. Very, very good news. More good news. I'm ending Friday good. Pasta Mia, the popular Italian restaurant that almost closed last January. They said that they were only going to renew for a year, but turns out they were able to work it out with the landlord and signed a 10-year lease. So good for them and Pasta Mia fans in Adams Morgan. Finally, Port City Brewery, happy 4-year anniversary to you. I love your optimal wit. They are having a colossal brunch on Sunday at 6th Engine in Mount Vernon Square, so check that out. Have a terrific weekend. Stay safe, and I hope Metro's on time. See you Monday.